Hello everyone, welcome back to another reading. This is going to be what makes you so magnetic. So this is going to be really a personality type of reading. I hope that this uplifts you and brings some light and love to your spirit. We have 3 piles here for today's reading, all with different decks. So we've got a crystal and a deck to choose from. This is the Tinseltown deck. This, honestly, I'm not sure what it is called. I would have to go online to see. So yeah, so this is the black deck. So we've got a pink deck, a black deck, and we've got this animal tarot as well. So the crystals for pile number 1, you have selenite. I'll show you the crystals and then I'm going to put a picture from above that I'll take in the morning with better lighting, just so you can really get a good vibe. If one's calling out strongly to you, you might not even need it, but if you're struggling, I'll put a picture up after I show you the crystals. So this is orange aventurine, I believe. Pile number 1 you had selenite, and pile number 3 you have this pink Botswana and agate crystal. So if you already have decided on your pile, you can go to the description below and click on your timestamp and it will take you right to your reading and we can get started. And if you are still undecided, I'll put a picture up now for you. I really hope you enjoy your reading, guys. I'm sending you so much love and light and blessings, whatever time you're watching this, whatever situation you're in right now. I hope it brings some love, and yeah, I'll speak to you all soon. Don't forget to go to the description and click on your timestamp. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose this selenite crystal and this Tinseltown, the pink tarot deck, then this is going to be your reading of what makes you so magnetic, what's so amazing about you. So I'm going to shuffle the cards first before we get into it. Pile number 1, already, if you pick this pile, I feel like you're a really very cleansing, healing person, especially since you picked the selenite. Really healing aura, very pure energy, very kind, you have pure intentions. You may even be into energy healing, but if you're not, you're just really good at soothing people. You're really good at making people feel good. Or your energy is anyway. You only have to be around you and you bring a lightness. Your energy brings a lightness to people. So what is so magnetic about pile number 1? Oh, I forgot. This is a new deck, you guys. It's the only deck I actually do reversal readings with. But I just want to let you know that if you do get reverse cards, it just means that I'm taking it as an inward energy, like feelings on the inside compared to outside events. So what makes pile number 1 so amazing? Oh my goodness, so you're a great friend. You are an amazing friend. Anyone would love to be your friend. You are so magnetic because of this. You're so magnetic. Well, this could be for many reasons, People could, there could be something about who you associate with, the people that you associate yourself with. Something about that, like maybe, they have a really good reputation as well, and so do you, and you're all seen as very nice people, or you just are a very welcoming, friendly person. You're very magnetic because your energy is very open and light-hearted, and especially if you meet people if you're in a social setting, or if you've gone out with friends, or you're celebrating, or you've gone out for drinks, I think you make people feel really comfortable in your energy. Especially, I feel as if you guys are very empathic and you really tune into people's energy that is around you, and so this makes you magnetic because it's almost as if you always know the right thing to do or say. It's almost as if you help people, feel comfortable if you can tell they feel a bit left out, or if they feel awkward or anything like that. You really, raise your glass. Raise your glass to you. Raise a glass to you. I don't know why. That's just coming through. So what is so magnetic about pile number 1? You could also have a very watery energy. Temperance. Yeah, you're so amazing at transforming perspectives. What makes you so magnetic is you're able to see both sides to things, and you're able to transform negative into positive. So some of the experiences that you've gone through, you've really like transformed certain ways that you perceive situations, certain ways that you perceive life, and you know what is important. Like, your mindset makes you very magnetic is what I'm getting with this, because you give really good, wise, solid advice, and it's because you've had to do a lot of the inner work yourself as well. So yeah, you're really magnetic because you have a way of intriguing people with the way that you can transform kind of energies into a higher perspective. You know, like things always happen for you, not to you, or like everything happens for a reason. And like, you know, maybe if you've been through some tougher times, it's like you've really been able to kind of inwardly heal and gain a new perspectives of life from this. Like, you've learned from your situations that you've been through. This really makes you magnetic because ultimately it makes you more high vibrational. You have a deeper understanding for life. What makes pile 1 so magnetic? Okay, we have King of Cups. Oh, so people really see you as very emotionally adept, as very emotionally mature. That's what it is. So yeah, so you guys, what's so magnetic about you is you're very emotionally mature. You keep some things under the surface. You keep some things to yourself, but you are very open. You're very knowledgeable. You're very wise. But yeah, it's like this life experience has really made you this emotionally mature person, especially in whatever way that is. You know, you are generally as a person, but also the way that you interact with people has changed because of that. And even the way, you know, you are in connections, relationships, and friendships has changed because of what you've been through and the way and the person that you've become now. People really see the growth that you've made, especially your friends. What makes you magnetic is you really inspire a lot of the people around you, especially people who know you and who are close to you, because they just see how much you have grown, how much you have learned, how much wisdom that you have now, especially when it comes to just knowing yourself, knowing your emotions, knowing the people that are good for you and who aren't, and everything like that. So with this King of Cups, let's see, right, let's get some more cards. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we've got Knight of Pentacles reversed. And we've got Queen of Swords. So with the Knight of Pentacles here, for some of you, I think what makes you magnetic is that you kind of are a bit mysterious sometimes. I think, and take this if it resonates, if it doesn't, just whatever. But you kind of are a bit mysterious sometimes in that maybe you kind of keep yourself to yourself sometimes, maybe in groups of people, or you know, I don't think you're the type to really dance around and draw attention to yourself. That's what I'm trying to say, is that I think people find it intriguing how maybe you're a bit of an observer in some situations, and this makes you magnetic because people are kind of drawn to you in a way. They kind of wonder what you're thinking, or you know, what it's like from your perspective. Like, they want to join in, they want to know what's going on. I feel like even though you might try and sneak into a room discreetly or just not want to cause much attention towards yourself, you naturally do, because you are just naturally magnetic, and you could sneak into a room and people would still notice because of whatever reason. Your energy, you know, maybe something it's about you, maybe it's your hair or the way you look or the way that you dress, but you have a very much sophistication to you, I think, like a quiet classiness. And the Queen of Swords here, under the Temperance, I think what makes you magnetic definitely is that you know your worth, you know your truth, this comes from your lessons that you've learned in your life. You know, a lot about what makes you magnetic is how you've healed. You know, you've really healed, and taking your confidence back in a lot of ways, and especially when it comes to expressing your truth and seeing things logically and from a higher perspective. People do love the way that your mind thinks of perspectives, the way your mind thinks people love, and the way that you speak as well and come across. You come across as very clearly spoken, and like you just know what you're on about. As I say, you give good advice. You're a wise person. You know what you are on about, and this comes from your life experience. What else makes you so magnetic? What makes pile 1 so magnetic? So we've got Knight of Swords, and we've got Page of Wands. Sorry, I didn't mean that in any way. I just said that because as soon as Knight of Swords come out, this card always just makes me think, alright, you know, alright. And I think this is about, not you, by the way, but I think this is about, like, what makes you so magnetic is you see straight through people's BS, and like if they're trying to put on any mask, any screen, you see through it. You see through fake people. You see through people who are arrogant. Maybe you don't like arrogant people, you know. Maybe that's why you keep yourself to yourself a bit. I don't like to draw attention because of like, maybe, and I'm not, this is just like other inner conditioning and stuff, but like yeah, you keep yourself to yourself. You don't want to come across as like big-headed or arrogant or anything like that, but you see straight through people that do. You see straight through, and there's nothing wrong, by the way, of coming across confident and coming across empowered and sure of yourself, but it's people who really, you know, put on this facade for the wrong intentions. They like to just look good, and they think that they, you know, I think you're very magnetic because you know your own worth. And I think the whole moral of this story is Spirit saying you see straight through people, especially people who don't really have the best intentions, or especially, you know, if you get any romantic approaches that aren't really serious, they're all just for the attention, or they're all just surface level, or coming up to you because you're so beautiful, or, you know, because your energy is so magnetic and you know your worth, and you say straight through these people. And I think this makes you magnetic too, because other people know, like, you're sure of who you are sure of, you know, yourself, but also how you perceive others. You're sure of what you think is right and wrong. Like, this is your sense of morals. Like, you have a really nice sense of morals and justice. You're also very attractive. Yes, you're very attractive, very gorgeous, very beautiful, in your obviously your own unique way. Everyone is beautiful in their own unique way, always. And I think that's what's so magical about all of us, is that we have our own unique beauty. And especially for you guys, you're just so rare. Like, you're just so happy. It's almost as if some people think you don't even see how beautiful you really are. Like, I don't think you know how much you really turn heads in a room sometimes, because your energy is so magnetic. It's so bubbly. It's so amazing, and just yum, yum, yum. Okay. What makes you so magnetic is that your energy is always open for exploring. Your energy is always renewing and thinking of new things, and thinking about going in new directions. You really want to experience this lifetime. This makes your energy magnetic because it's like, you know, this person's exciting, this person's motivated, this person really appreciates life and wants to do all they can with it, whether that's you want to go traveling, whether that's you want to start a business, whether that's you just, you know, you want to do the things that really light you up. And I feel like this is because you need to do things that bring you a sense of inner fulfillment. I don't think you could do something that you didn't really enjoy because and like, maybe I'm wrong, that might just be for some people. I feel like as if you find it hard to do things you don't enjoy. I think you really need an inner sense of fulfillment from things, and an equal kind of energy exchange in things, of like creating and receiving, to kind of feel really happy and fulfilled. And this makes you magnetic because we should all be doing what we love at the end of the day. And people kind of see this and they're inspired that that's what you're doing, that you're taking a step You're being the fool, you're trusting, you're taking this step into new directions, you're taking this step into new beginnings, you're not afraid of change, you know? So, ooh, 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 ooh. This is so funny. So the Four of Cups inwardly, right? Again, we got a similar message come through earlier, so don't take this if it doesn't resonate. But with the Four of Cups, this one always reminds me of, you know, someone being at, like, he's at an event and you can see all this group of people over here and he's kind of to himself, got his hands in his pockets, head's kind of turned away. It's like maybe you're someone that kind of, yeah, is a bit more reserved in social settings, or maybe you don't even like, some of you don't really get much enjoyment from going out and drinking, or maybe some of you don't really like drinking but you kind of go to places to, you know, socialize or just show your face. Just show your face. It's like, you know, I don't know, like people invite you out, you want to be there and you love these people, but maybe you don't really enjoy doing the same things as those around you sometimes. This makes you magnetic, because I think the moral of the story for this channel message is that you're an old soul. That's what makes you magnetic. People think you're really wise. People think you're older than your years. And that's not to say you look old. It's just that you're very mature. You have the King of Cups, you know, and the Queen of Swords. You're very mature. You know what you want and you don't really care what other people think about it. If you want to be on your own, or if you don't want... you know, if you don't want to do what anyone else do, like, you don't care, you're going to do your own thing. And this is kind of leader, like, this is low-key main character energy, leader energy, you know? So that's what makes you magnetic, pile number one. What else makes pile number one so magnetic? We have the King of Pentacles reversed. So you're always thinking about the future. You live now aligned with the future. Even when you don't really know what step to take next, even when there's confusion, you know, even when there's endings or there's struggle, it's like you're going to keep that inner, you're going to keep following your heart. You're going to keep following your heart to guide you to your future. You know, you follow your intuition. That's what makes you so magnetic. You follow your intuition. Some of you could also be quite business-minded. And then the Ace of Wands reverse, yes, definitely. Some of you could be very business-minded. You could get like a lot of amazing ideas, a lot of amazing epiphanies or downloads, or yeah, just ideas. Or you could be creative or get creative ideas. This is also, you're just, yeah, this could even be some of you like are into makeup, or I'm just saying that because she's doing her makeup, putting her makeup on, but some of you could really think of creative ideas. You could be into something creative. You could just have a creative mind. And I don't want you guys to get put off, because when I say creative, you don't have to necessarily be an artist or a singer or a performer. Like, creativity comes in so many ways. Even if it's thinking about ways to get to where you want to be in the future, that's creative. Okay. Okay, I take it back. Some of you really are... I was like kind of teetering on the edge but didn't want to go full in, but some of you are seriously like, you're the Empress. Like, you have it all, right? You're business minded, you're emotionally intelligent, you're beautiful. Like, what I'm getting is just what makes you magnetic is every single part of you. You're so magnetic. The way that you dress, the way that you present yourself, the way you hold your energy, everything about you just makes you so magnetic. And I know that's so general to say, but that's just really what I'm feeling, you know. Can't fight it. If spirit tells you you're the whole package, you're the whole package, and I would take it. So with the Six of Wands reversed as well, with the Empress, this is like you're very focused on success, getting towards success, achieving your goals, attaining your goals. And I think as well, you know, on this journey, you've learned a lot to be independent, and a lot about not really caring what other people think of you either. You know, as long as it's kind of like the energy I'm getting is you're your own worst critic sometimes. We are all our own worst critic at times, and our own worst judge. And it's kind of like, well, we've been able to get over this and start believing in ourselves, because we had to believe ourselves in the past in situations we went through that were hard. We had to cut people out, we had to go through difficult times, and that made us wiser. And ultimately, if I can believe in myself to do that and pull out the inner strength to help myself get through that, then I can achieve my goals. I can achieve my desires, my dreams. I can achieve success in whatever form and version that looks like to me. Because you have the motivation, you have the ideas, you have the creativity, you have the drive, you have it all. We win back. You're the whole package. And the 8 of Wands. I'm going to leave it here, but with the 8 of Wands, I'm feeling like you guys, what makes you so magnetic? You could have traveled, this makes you magnetic, or you'll be into traveling, or you just have a real zest for life is what I get, and a real zest for exploration and discovery, whether that's through the mind or whether that's through physically going and exploring and discovering. Either way, you love discovering, you love new, you love feeling like you're, making memories and making beautiful progress along your path, your spiritual path, your work path, everything, and which you are. So this makes you really magnetic as well. So I hope you can take some things from this reading of what makes you magnetic. Pile number 1. I don't know how many times I said that, but yeah, you were just overflowing with joy, kindness, and absolute gifts, like the Empress and the Ace of Cups on the bottom here. People think you're absolutely just overflowing with love, overflowing with energy, overflowing with kindness, overflowing with compassion, overflowing with abundance, and like you have a lot of potential to be successful. I'm getting like real powerful energy off you guys, pile number 1. You are going to be the ones who say they're going to do something, and one day people are going to look around, whether it's like 10 years time, 5 years time, 20 years time, they're gonna be like, wow, they did it. So I love you all very much. I hope that brings you some confirmation. If that sounds like you, leave a comment down below, and I love you all, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Hello beautiful pile number 2s. If you chose this orange aventurine, this is gonna, and this black tarot deck, this is gonna be a reading of what makes you so magnetic. Oh my god, already already what makes you so magnetic, I can feel, is that you uplift and energize people's energy. 2 reasons. 1, because you've already done it for me. I feel more awake coming into this reading for some reason. It's kind of weird. I feel energized. I feel like you guys are really light-hearted, and especially with the orange crystal here, it's really giving me like, yeah, energy, like orange, like citrus, like orange juice, you know what I mean? So maybe that's confirmation you're in the right place. Maybe you like orange juice, or maybe you're just, yeah, you're really kind of energetic, nice, uplifting, funny person. You make me feel good. You make people feel good. So let's see then. Pile number 2. Did I say that pile number 2 at the start? Or did I call you pile number 1? What makes your energy so magnetic? You have such a full heart. Oh my goodness. You have such a full, deep, compassionate, kind, caring, and generous heart. Alright? This is what makes you magnetic. What makes pile number 2 so magnetic? Yes! Oh my god. Okay. This is the best energy to start your pile with. I'm not even joking. You're so giving, nurturing, and kind. Okay? But that's not just why you're so magnetic. You're magnetic because you are so fun. You are so playful. You are just silly, you know? What makes you magnetic is your light-hearted, silly energy. You're not afraid to look like weird or silly, you know? Especially if you're with your friends, you like to just laugh and joke around. You make people laugh so much, especially your friends. They're so glad to have you around. And you make this energy of magnetism because, you know, you bring life. You are the party. But yeah, you could have a deep connection with nature too. I feel like you just don't take life very seriously, and not like, obviously you have a serious side, but in the ways, the best ways, you don't take life seriously. You don't, like, you know, you bring the fun, you bring the laughter, you like to make people laugh, make people feel uplifted, and just be a bit silly. What makes you so magnetic is that you're so generous. We already said that, but you're so generous, you're so giving, you're so fair, is what I'm getting. You're so fair. You could be the type of person that, you know, you guys, you could be the type of person that is really just so very sweet, kind, caring, nurturing, generous, and funny, and just a real good person to other people. But I feel like maybe if, you know, some people in your past haven't been so kind, or, you know, I feel like maybe this is yourself, maybe you struggle with being so kind to yourself. I feel like maybe you struggle with, maybe some of you struggle with your mental health, or just like very fast-paced minds, or overthinking, or anything like that, or doubting, you know what I mean? But I really think that you are just such a sweet, kind person. And this comes across as magnetic. I know that was really, I hope you didn't take that in the wrong way. We all go through I can't speak. We all have our own struggles that we're going through. We all have our own places that need healing too. And people find this actually magnetic because it's almost as if, you know, you overgive in this way. Some of you are overgivers because, you know, you're just so kind, right? And it's like you overgive sometimes because of many different reasons. Sometimes I overgive, you know, because I don't feel good enough, so I'm like, I have to give to make myself good enough. Or sometimes I just give because I want to make people feel good, you know. But it's this, yeah, take that if it resonates, obviously. But you're all very generous. You bring a lot of happiness to people, especially your family, and just like maybe any, like, right, so you bring a lot of happiness to people, and you bring a lot of happiness to your family, the house. If you're in a house, you bring a lot of happiness to the household. You also bring a lot of happiness to a community, or in your workplace. Pretty much anywhere you go, you are the light, you're the sun. Sorry, yeah, you're the sun is what I get. You brighten up the room. That's what makes you so magnetic, is that you are seen as such a light, and that makes you magnetic because, I mean, who's not drawn to a light? People are like moths for you. They just are naturally drawn to your energy. So yeah, so especially what makes you magnetic is your light-hearted nature, especially if some of you are in work. It's almost as if, like, you can keep your silliness, you can keep your jokes and your light-hearted nature even in times of more mundane times, in workplaces, or in times where other people just really just feel kind of dragged, like they're just going about their day and it's just like bleh and normal, and then you come in the room and you like do something funny, or you say something to them, or you laugh with them, and this cheers them up. This makes you magnetic because you just look like, wow, like that person's so funny, like that person is just so full of life. Like I wish I could be, you know, as passionate as like you guys have an inner spark. So it's like I wish I had that inner spark, you know. 3 of Wands. What makes you so magnetic? With the 3 of Wands here, this could be that you are very dedicated towards your future. This could be that you honestly, I'm not going too much with this one. But the 3 of Wands I associate with the future. I think of thinking of the future, imagining the future. This could be that what makes you magnetic is your mind, your imagination, when it comes to dreaming of the future. I'm getting for some of you that this could even be things like when you're just talking with friends, or when you're just talking with people about the future, you're like, imagine how cool this would be. And it's not necessarily your future plans, but it's like, it's like you have a really good imagination of thinking of these things, even if it's not something you want for your future. You know, it's like in an ideal world, in a dream life, this is what I do. I'd go build like a roller coaster in my garden or something, and then it'd take me up above my house, and then I'd take a slide off the roller coaster into my toilet and into my bath, and then I don't know. You guys, I feel like you have a good idea, good imagination. You're very driven, you're very motivated. This could be that you're good at working towards your future. I also feel like some of you, you are patient when it comes to your future, as in you might invest or you're working towards something. You know what I mean? I think this makes you magnetic, because ultimately having patience and dedicating yourself and, you know, aligning yourself with your future, that's a very wise thing, trait to have. It's a very wise thing to do. You have a really great willpower. This makes you magnetic because people just feel like you have this sense of control, this sense of discipline. You know what I mean? Like, you can be controlled with yourself. You're not super impulsive in the bad ways. You know what I mean? Obviously, we all slip up here and there and purchase the odd 2 a.m. thing, but you know what I mean? You're good with your money is what I'm getting. Yeah, so you guys, what makes you so magnetic is I feel like you're quite an easygoing person. But I definitely get this business energy from you guys with the Emperor bottom deck, with the Knight of Pentacles. This is like you seize opportunity. I feel like you seize the moment. I feel like you seize the moment in many ways when this is coming to ideas, work, investing in things. If this is the opportunity, you seize the opportunity. But for some of you, it's if you seize the moment when it comes to an opportunity for like a good joke or a dad joke. Do you know what I mean? Someone says something, you're like, oh, I had to. I couldn't just not take that moment, you know? The Three of Swords, wow. Okay, so going back to what we spoke about earlier, I think some of you maybe do struggle with some mental kind of thoughts issues sometimes, you know, overthinking or feeling anxious and things like that, especially about the future, maybe, especially about the future. Maybe that's why you're so driven, so hardworking, because it's something that you worry about, so you put extra effort in, and then everyone else looking at you is just like, wow, this person's like out here, like they've really got their ducks in a row, they know what they're doing, or they have a plan, or they have a lot of dedication, whether it's you work at a job that you love or whether you work at a job you don't love. Either way, you have dedication to what you're doing. You know what I mean? This makes you magnetic. So that was funny how that linked in. What makes you so magnetic? The Four of Pentacles. You know, you have a very rich energy. People might see you as like having a lot of like money or having a lot of options, or I don't know, being quite like grounded as well is what I'm getting. You have a very grounded energy, which is really nice because you make people feel very comfortable with you in that way of groundedness. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get this sense that you make people feel really comfortable. So that could be for many different things, many different people. But this makes you magnetic because ultimately people love a bit of comfort, right? But yeah, some of you, what makes you magnetic could be something to do with your money, you know? Okay, so what makes you magnetic is your ability to transform lack mindsets and tough decisions and rise out of those situations. So if you've ever struggled with money, or if you've ever struggled and felt kind of like in lack of, in any kind of some way, I really feel like you cracked this. You rise up from the ashes. There was a healing and you made some decisions. You made decisions, right, is what I'm getting. People find you magnetic because of the decisions that you've made in times where maybe you've had to get yourself out of a tricky situation. Interesting. And it's like you rose from this. You got out of it. It made you gain wisdom. I dropped some cards, so bear with me 1 second while I find them. Okay, dokie. Yeah, so some of you could have had to make some difficult decisions and ultimately been through some difficult times, and people see you rise up from this and they're just like, wow, that pal's so patient, that pal's so dedicated, that pal, you know, if it's like for work or something, like you kept going through this, or, you know, you made it work, you're a very patient person, and you're just the sun. You're the sunshine. You bring the life, you bring the party, you bring the vibes, you know? So I'm gonna pull you all some oracle cards from this deck. This is the Believe in Your Own Magic oracle deck. Don't tell pile number 1, but I got so carried away with their tarot, I completely forgot to pull them any of these. So let's see. Voyage. I love the color energy with this card up here too. So what makes you magnetic? You could be someone that's into an adventure. Yeah, I get you. You're very adventurous, whether it's like small adventures or whether it's traveling. You could be connected to water and have a very watery energy. You could be into researching about the world and kind of like, you know, I'm getting things like Atlantis, or, you know, so conspiracy theories or like old history. Yeah, these are all things that make you magnetic. I feel like you could be a person that wants to travel one day as well. You just have a very explorative, lively, and just fiery, passionate energy. You can manifest your every wish. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. People find you really captivating, really inspiring, because you turned sorry. You turned your life around in some way, you guys. Something was very divinely timed with you, and it helped you to leave your box, leave your comfort zone. Maybe some of you ended up traveling or doing something, you know, and this really inspired your friends. You changed the story for yourself in some way, you know, like you changed your position, or you changed something and people noticed this. It's like whether it was like from a connection or just the way that you were, the way that you spoke, how you felt confident to speak to people. You know, some of you started to really set your boundaries, maybe. It's just like, or maybe some of you started to really get into more like spiritual concepts, or maybe some of you started to get more into traveling and wanted to do that. But you're all star seeds, definitely. You're all very original, you're all very unique. And yeah, people love the way that you dress. I feel like there's something that stands out about you that's like not so common. Like, yeah, other people have it, but it's like some people wish that they had it. And I feel that way because she has curly hair. And I always wish I had curly hair. So maybe it's like that, you know, maybe some of you have curly hair and people really think that it's a beautiful quality of yours, and it just adds to your authenticity because you're such a wild child, you're such a wild spirit. You don't have to have curly hair. It could be the color of your hair, anything like that. But yeah, do it for you. Do it for you. People love that you do things for yourself, that you're independent, that you don't care what other people think. This is what makes you magnetic, you know? That you're not afraid to spend some alone time with yourself. You're not afraid to, you're not afraid to see what else there is, mind thought-wise, you know, of the world, whatever concepts there are, but you're not afraid to see what else there is out there, world-wise as well. Like, you want to explore, right? So that's what makes your energy so magnetic, you guys. I hope that this resonates. Leave a comment down below if it does. And yeah, I love you all so much, and I'll speak to you soon. Last but not least, my beautiful pile number 3s who chose this crystal and this animal tarot deck. This is going to be your reading of why you are so magnetic. So first of all, with this pink agate, I get a really delicate vibe. I get that You know, you're very, there's something very beautiful about you, definitely, appearance-wise on the physical level. But don't get me wrong, this is not all that just makes you a magnetic. We are just getting started, okay? You have a deep connection to nature. You have a deep connection to animals and the earth. And yeah, you have this nurturing quality about you as well. So it's that you are very beautiful, but it's also that you look very nurturing. You look very friendly and kind and just a really, really beautiful person. So your energy is magnetic. But let's see, let's get into this. What makes pile number 3 so magnetic? I hope this shuffling isn't loud for you guys. What makes pile number 3 so magnetic? Oh, this, I'm not even joking. It suits your energy so much. Oh my goodness. Let's just get into this. I'm going to take this one as well. I knew that monkey would pop out at some point. You guys are like cheeky monkeys. You're just fun, playful, and you're very balanced. So with ruler of the open heart here, you guys, you are very, very, very beautiful souls. Do you know why? Because you're so kind, you're so genuine, you're so caring, compassionate, and excitable, and like you have this pureness in you that sees the world from a light of you, that sees the world from love. I think that you I think that this is an interesting message that's coming over here, because what makes you so magnetic is that you're so open, kind, and caring with people, yet you know your boundaries, yet you know your strength. It's like, don't take kindness for weakness type of vibe. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my throat. I need to get a bit of water. Yeah, so you guys have this really open, kind, caring, trusting energy, but it's like, don't take kindness for weakness, because you don't need to be scary to show your strength, right? You show your strength through love. You show your strength through being able to be a kind person, because I feel like you guys, if you're on the right path, this is going to hit you and resonate so deep. But it's like that concept of like how people get closed off from the world when they get hurt, right? And some people think that it's wise or mature to be closed off to people, to be untrusting and all of this. But really, it takes more strength and more courage to be kind and open and trusting and vulnerable with people, because you're putting yourself out there, you're being genuine, you know, you're not putting on any mask to hide yourself, to protect yourself. And you know why? Because you're a strong person. Because even if someone did come at you, it wouldn't destroy you. You know, you're sure in yourself. You're the ruler of an open heart. You're so open-hearted. But there's this quality to you that it's very like balanced in the way that, yeah, you're very open and sweet and kind, yet you know where your boundaries are, the limits are. Sorry, I feel like I already said that, but you're just such a strong person in this way, and I love that so much. You guys, I've literally been fine all the piles, but with you, I'm just coughing and like my throat is doing mad stuff. So something about your throat chakra, wow. Your throat chakra. So that could be that what makes you so magnetic is your throat chakra, the way that you speak, the way that you express yourself. When you express yourself, you're magnetic because you show what true strength is, and true strength is vulnerability. True strength comes from within and is not aggression. It's not defensiveness. That's not strength. What strength is optimism, courage, and love. And you are an embodiment of all of these things. So this is mainly what makes you so magnetic. I feel like we're honestly off to a real good start for you guys. Hope I got that across in the right way. But honestly, wow. Wow. So this is also that you're very dreamy, you're very imaginative, you have a great imagination, and that could make some of you be very creative as well. Even if you don't consider yourself to be creative or great or creative, whatever, you are, okay? Because if you put your mind to it, you could do it, and you are very gifted at this because your mind is just so open to the beauty of life, and you really have this vulnerability and depth because of harshness, because of meeting your shadows, because of life lessons, because this strength card, yeah, you are strong, but you had to get that strength from somewhere, okay? And the fact that you gained your strength and never lost this part of yourself, the really sweet, open and younger inner child part of yourself that looks through the world with eyes of excitement, that is a big deal. That's an accomplishment. And it makes you magnetic because not everyone's like that. So what makes you magnetic? Oh, okay. So people think that, yeah, so what makes you magnetic is that you really have a lot of potential. You have a lot of potential and opportunities, and like, you have a lot of paths for abundance, especially. I feel like your spiritual path may be significant to you as well. I feel like that could have really helped some of you become who you are today because you are this wise, strong person. I feel like you really could have met yourself spiritually as well because of this. But yeah, some of you are very creative, definitely, with the sacred spinner on the bottom deck here as well. And the spider is also very receptive at feeling out vibrations. You're very receptive of feeling out people's vibes, people's energies, what type of people they are. Very good at working things out. That's very magnetic. Do you know why? Because you don't... This is so funny. That's very magnetic because you don't then attract, like, you don't let in the people who aren't really great for you, and this makes you more magnetic because you're ultimately just feeling better because you're not surrounded with low vibrational people or negative, you know, people who feed on that type of thing, like gossip and, you know, jealousy. Like, that is just so the opposite of you. Yeah, so you guys are hard workers. You're really hard workers. And you're good at this as well, especially if it's like you take on responsibilities for your family, or, you know, providing for your family, or if it's just work in general. Like, you ace this. This makes you magnetic because you have an energy of resilience to you. You can keep going for longer without burning out because you've been perseverant throughout your life so far. You have a lot of people think that you have a lot of options. Like, this is what I was saying before. You have a lot of opportunities, a lot of options to go in because you really just yeah, you have Empress energy. So you're very gifted in many ways. You're very caring, kind, compassionate, but like, you're very emotionally in tuned in as well. You're not afraid to work hard. You're not afraid to take hold of opportunities in front of you that you can tell like are divinely guided to you. Some of you might even be a bit indecisive sometimes, you know, but I'm getting that like you have a lot of abundance around you, or like it's almost as if like you're magnetic because you attract a lot of opportunities or a lot of connections or a lot of options in some way. I think for some of you it could even be you attract a lot of different paths you could go down because you see the higher perspective of things. So where others see a roadblock, you see a window, or where others see a wall, you see a window, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you have a really great mind for thinking of ideas, for being creative. Your mind is amazing, you guys. You are just very knowledgeable. You are always thinking, you're always coming up with ideas, whether that's like to actually do or whether that's to just think of, like revelations, epiphanies, knowledge. That's what I mean. You're into that. You're magnetic because you're seen as very intelligent in the thought realm. Right, what makes pile number 3? Wow. Nurture of branches, straight up, you know your worth, honey, and you face towards the sun like a sunflower. You swivel around towards the sun. You know your worth, you know your place. You are the leopard. Yeah, so if you don't know, this is the Queen of Wands. So she's really an empowered energy. She's also very intuitive. She's also creative, but she's also very much knows her boundaries. And this is what I mean. You have a very dual nature to you, which makes you attractive, is that you will be the kindest, most loving, sweet, gentle, nurturing person to someone that you read their energy to be nice and respectful and just like good-hearted. But if you read someone's energy to be, you know, like not, you know, what you deem as to be not very nice or not, you know, just not very caring or a thoughtful person, then they're gonna get the Queen of Wands side of you that is like, I'm gonna watch you and not say anything and observe you. That's what you could do as well. You're very magnetic because you're seen to be very intelligent, especially with like observing, watching, and gathering information about other people. We knew the monkey would come out again. We knew the monkey would come out again. And as I said that, it was 11:55. You're really good at balancing. You're very good at juggling. As I said, some of you take on responsibilities for your family, for work, anything that you work hard at. You like to try and keep a balance. I know this isn't easy to do all the time, but you do this. So yeah, this could be what makes you magnetic. You look like you are a balanced person. You look like you can have fun and work at the same time, like work and play at the same time in some type of way, however that resonates for you. I'm going to pull you some oracle cards now from this oracle deck, Believe in Your Own Magic. And then like some of you are really good at imagining and telling stories as well. Maybe it's like some of you write, but some of you don't write. It's just like you tell, you know, you just have a good imagination. You'd be really good at telling stories. Like a side note. Whoa, did you see that? Jesus Christ. Okay, I guess we'll take these two. Morning, the world awaits you, and potion. I'm not even joking. These two showed themselves together in the last pile too. Anyway, so morning, the world awaits you. You are magnetic because you have a fresh perspective on the world. You see everything as an opportunity. You see everything like every new day is a new day. Every new day has surprises in that can be, you know, brung to us and things that we just never could even expect. And, you know, you practice your self-love. You know your worth. These two cards are so you, honestly, because this is giving me the Page of Cups energy you gave me at the start. Like you see everything with eyes of potential. That's what it is. You see everything as a new opportunity, a new experience, and new potential. And then this one is what makes you magnetic, is your self-love. Especially if you guys are into any kind of spiritual practices, like any type of divination or any type of ritualistic thing or anything like that. Maybe even the rituals you're doing right now, if you're doing candle magic or spell work or anything that you deem to be a ritual, then that's maybe that's making you more magnetic, you know, maybe that's making you more attracted to opportunities. And also your mindset does as well. The thing is, you guys have a very law of attraction mindset when it comes to looking and affirming positives to create more. So when you wake up, you might be the type to be like, you know what, I'm going to consciously tell myself, you know, today's going to be a good day and I am capable of achieving whatever I set my mind out to, you know, I create my reality type of thing. So that's the type of vibe I get. That makes you very magnetic. But yeah, people just see you as very nice, calm, and just a bit laid back. You know, you're very dreamy. very, very, very dreamy souls. Sometimes lost in your own world, and people love that because it's just such a lovely light-hearted energy to have, and everyone just loves a good bit of imagination, light-hearted nature. So let's get you one more oracle card. Be honest with yourself. Wow. I think what makes you magnetic is that you're just honest. You say it how it is, and that doesn't mean you have to be abruptly, bluntly honest with people. The way you deliver things is so pure and kind, but you're honest. You'll tell people what you think. I'm also getting that this is like you'll speak your truth to serve justice, even if it will shock people. You know, if someone's doing something to someone and you think that it is unjust or wrong what they're doing, you don't care who's around, or if this person is seen to be in a higher position, you will tell them that that's not fair. You know, you are an honest person, okay? And you also have beautiful eyes as well, very dreamy big eyes, very kind and caring eyes. I'm getting the vibe that you're very empathetic in the way that you can put yourself into other people's shoes and really feel a deep amount of compassion and empathy and sympathy for those who are struggling or in a bad situation or around you and get upset. This is why you're so magnetic, because you make people feel better, because you nurture them. Empress energy coming through again, and you're just beautiful in general and just so, yeah, your energy is like a breath of fresh air. So I hope that this resonated with you guys. You are just such a beautiful flower, as it says here. You are a flower. I love you all so much. Leave it down in the comments below if any of it did resonate, and I'll speak to you all very soon.